The wait is finally over. John Harbaugh has officially made his call, and Tyler Loop is stepping into one of the most critical positions on the Ravens. After weeks of uncertainty and endless speculation, the team has finally decided who will handle the kicks that could decide games, and maybe even the entire season. But this wasn't an easy choice. Harbaugh watched every practice, every kick, every reaction on the field, and only after a big test did he know Loop was ready for the job. Now, the rookie has to handle pressure, sky-high expectations, and the weight of replacing a legend. In this video, you're going to get all the details of this decision that could change everything for the Ravens in 2025. John Harbaugh has finally put an end to the questions that have surrounded the Ravens since the start of the offseason. Tyler Loop has been confirmed as the team's new starting kicker. This move shuts down any talk of hunting for a veteran and puts full trust in the sixth-round rookie who, just months ago, was seen as a future prospect. Now, overnight, he becomes a central piece for a team dreaming big in 2025. What's interesting is that Harbaugh never rushed this decision. Even with Justin Tucker leaving a massive gap, the coach held off until he was absolutely sure he had the right choice. He could have announced Loop at the start of training camp or even during preseason, but he waited. He wanted to see how the kid would perform under real pressure in a live game scenario where every kick carries weight. Harbaugh wasn't just looking at stats. He wanted to see maturity, confidence, and composure, qualities that are essential for an NFL kicker. This approach shows a lot about Harbaugh's philosophy. Replacing Tucker isn't just filling a vacant position. We're talking about someone who, for 13 years, was the definition of reliability in Baltimore, someone who set the standard for what it means to have a specialist you can count on. That shadow follows any successor, and Harbaugh knew the first step was shielding his rookie, avoiding unnecessary pressure until the right moment. The official announcement would only come once Loop had truly proven himself on the field. This strategic care was crucial because this isn't just any position. A kicker can decide entire seasons. One critical miss can cost a playoff spot or erase brilliant performances by the team. That's why Harbaugh waited until the answer was clear. And the answer came. After careful observation and analyzing every detail, he stood firm at the press conference. He's going to be the kicker. He earned it. Those words didn't just confirm the choice. They sent a message to the roster and the fans alike. Baltimore trusts its new man in charge at kicks. And that vote of confidence was earned in one particular moment. A game that changed everything for Loop and turned uncertainty into conviction. The matchup against the Cowboys. It was in the game against the Dallas Cowboys that Tyler Loop turned out into certainty. The rookie carried the responsibility to prove he could handle the Ravens' starting kicker role. And he did not disappoint. 6 field goal attempts, 5 made, including 2 from beyond 50 yards. For any player that impressive. For a rookie under the watchful eyes of Harbaugh and the crowd, it was a definitive proof that he was ready for the next step. What stood out most wasn't just the accuracy, but how Loop executed each kick. He showed confidence from the very first attempt, never letting the pressure of his position shake him. Every time he stepped on the field, he looked calm, like someone who's done this dozens of times in the NFL. Even though he was just a rookie, that kind of poise can't be taught. It's either there or it isn't. And that's exactly what Harbaugh needed to see. Did the kid have the composure for critical moments? Even his only miss ended up reinforcing confidence in him. Instead of getting shaken, Loop bounced back, returned to the field, and made the next kicks like nothing had happened. That ability to forget a mistake and stay focused is one of the most valuable traits a kicker can have. It was proof that the rookie wouldn't crack under pressure and could control his emotions on the field. For Harbaugh, that was one of the most important takeaways of the night. It's no surprise that the post-game press conference was direct and firm. Harbaugh left no doubt that Loop had earned the spot. He didn't want to drag out the suspense because the performance against Dallas had shown everything he needed to see. That game turned Loop from just a 6th-round gamble into the official starting kicker for the Baltimore Ravens. But to understand the full weight of this change, you can't ignore the shadow of the man who held this role for over a decade. Justin Tucker, the name that defined an era in Baltimore. Replacing Justin Tucker was never going to be simple. For 13 years, he was more than just a kicker for the Ravens. He was reliability, precision, and countless memorable moments for fans. Every Tucker kick carried confidence, and knowing he was on the field gave the team peace of mind that tight games could swing in Baltimore's favor. His departure left a massive void, not just technically, but emotionally. Now, Loop has to start writing his own story while carrying the weight of that legacy. The challenge is clear. Tucker's standards are nearly impossible to match. He set records, nailed critical kicks, and built a reputation as almost unstoppable. Loop isn't just replacing someone. He will inevitably face comparisons on every attempt. Every success will be celebrated. Every mistake will be magnified because Tucker's shadow is still enormous. Harbaugh and the team know that, which is why patience and confidence are so crucial in this process. But there's also a huge opportunity. Tucker leaving opens the door for Loop to show his value and carve out his own narrative. Instead of trying to imitate an icon, he can create his own identity, proving that Harbaugh's choice wasn't a risk, it was a smart bet. The franchise is giving him a chance to take on responsibilities that would usually take a rookie years to earn. It's a test of talent, character, and composure. The timing of this transition is critical. Baltimore is aiming high for the 2025 season and needs security in every key position. A reliable kicker is an essential piece of that puzzle, and Loop will have to show he can handle playoff pressure, clutch moments, and high-stress situations right from the start. Tucker's experience serves as a reference, but the real challenge is for Loop to build his own confidence and trust within the team. All of this pressure and responsibility makes Harbaugh's public vote of confidence even more important. The way he backed his rookie and reassured the roster and the fans. When John Harbaugh announced that Tyler Loop will be the starting kicker, it wasn't just a technical decision. It was a public vote of confidence, a clear message to the roster, the fans, and the rookie himself that the team believes in him. This approach is strategic because public confidence helps shield Loop from early criticism and creates an environment where he can grow without unnecessary pressure. Harbaugh knew that backing him openly would be crucial for the rookie's development. More than just saying Loop would be the kicker, Harbaugh emphasized how determined and competitive the rookie has shown himself to be. He highlighted that Loop wants to make every kick, that he gives full effort on every attempt, and that he has a hunger to improve. Comments like this don't just motivate the player. They also signal to the rest of the team that attitude and commitment are just as important as talent. It's a clear message. The organization is ready to let young players step up and take responsibility. This public confidence also shapes how fans perceive the situation. In Baltimore, Justin Tucker's departure left a huge void and naturally sparked concern. By stating firmly that Loop had earned the job, Harbaugh conveyed stability and made it clear the team isn't improvising. This decision is solid, based on careful observation, testing, and results on the field. For fans who follow the team closely, it reinforces the idea that this transition won't be rocky and that the rookie will have full support from the franchise. Plus, this show of confidence strengthens Loop himself. Knowing his coach believes in him provides emotional stability and the mental edge needed to face future challenges, especially in high-pressure NFL moments. Harbaugh is making it clear he trusts Loop's ability to learn, grow, and meet expectations, something essential for a rookie kicker stepping into the shoes of a legend. And this foundation of trust sets up the real challenge: staying consistent, turning potential into results, and proving that Loop can be reliable kick after kick, game after game.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Landing the starting job was just the first step. The real test for Tyler Loop will be maintaining consistency game after game, situation after situation. The NFL doesn't forgive mistakes, especially for kickers, and every attempt can make headlines or decide outcomes. Loop will need to prove he can maintain the same level of performance seen in preseason under real conditions, with max pressure, packed stadiums, and clutch moments that can swing wins or losses. Consistency is what made Justin Tucker a legend. He wasn't just accurate in practice or in easy games. He delivered in the most critical situations. Now Loop faces the task of building his own reputation, learning to handle the weight of every kick, every decision, and every outcome. The margin for error is tiny, and the rookie must show he can absorb the pressure without losing confidence or focus. Practice and game scenarios are completely different worlds. Loop has already shown talent and composure early on, but the true test will come throughout the season. Facing adverse weather, changing opponent strategies, and unexpected game situations. Every successful kick will help cement his role. Every mistake will be a learning opportunity. How he responds in these moments will shape his immediate future with the team. Consistency is also critical for team chemistry. Kickers don't operate alone. Every field goal depends on a perfect snap, hold, and execution by the line. Loop will need to develop mutual trust with his teammates and understand that every detail counts. Add the external pressure and the historical weight of the position, and every kick becomes a chance to showcase maturity and mental readiness. And it's exactly this pursuit of consistency and reliability that ties directly into the impact Harbaugh's decision has on the locker room and the team culture, the next point that defines the environment Loop will walk into with the Ravens. Choosing Tyler Loop as the starting kicker goes far beyond numbers or stats. In the locker room, Harbaugh's decision sends a clear message. The team believes in meritocracy and is willing to trust young talent. Giving a rookie this responsibility shows the organization values effort, attitude, and confidence in those who stand out in practice and on the field. It's a bold move that can influence the mindset of the entire roster. Harbaugh's public endorsement strengthens the rookie's relationship with teammates. When the coach declares that Loop has earned the job, it builds trust and sets a tone that allows the rookie to perform without fear of immediate judgment. This is crucial in a high-pressure position where mistakes are magnified. The positive environment surrounding Loop could be key to his development, preparing him to handle future pressure with confidence. The decision also shapes the team's overall culture. Baltimore sends a message to the league. The team isn't afraid to put young players in critical roles. It's a statement of trust, responsibility, and readiness for high-risk situations. At the same time, veterans see that the organization values dedication, focus, and commitment above any past record, strengthening the team's internal competitive spirit. This choice also allows Loop to carve out his own narrative within the franchise. He doesn't need to be Tucker. He needs to become a reliable piece the team can count on in crucial moments. The impact goes beyond him as a kicker. It affects practices, game planning, locker room morale, and even how fans perceive the team's challenges throughout the season. And this foundation of trust and culture built around Loop now leads to the next point. What to expect from him on the field this season, and how this decision could shape the Ravens' results in 2025. With Tyler Loop locked in as the starting kicker, the Ravens enter the season with a clear answer in a position that can decide games. Every matchup will test his ability to perform under pressure, and every kick, whether success or miss, will be closely watched by the team, coaches, and fans. The hope is that he can turn a strong start into long-term consistency, something essential for Baltimore to remain competitive throughout the season. Loop will face high-pressure situations from the very start. Decisive games, harsh weather, and playoff-level moments will challenge any rookie kicker to stay calm and precise. Beyond technical skill, he'll need emotional control and the ability to bounce back quickly from mistakes. Every success cements his role. Every challenge is a chance to grow. The rookie's impact goes beyond just kicking. His presence influences play calling, offensive strategy, and the team's confidence in their own execution. A consistent performance allows the Ravens to take calculated risks, knowing they can rely on the kicker in crucial moments. Loop isn't just replacing Tucker. He's helping redefine the team's confidence and pace on the field. Baltimore, always aiming for big and consistent wins, is now betting on a young player to fill a historic role. The 2025 season will be the stage for Loop to prove his worth, cement his reputation, and show that he deserves the same level of trust that Justin Tucker commanded for over a decade. His success or failure will directly affect how the team views investing in young talent. And with this responsibility comes a new chapter, not just in Loop's career, but in the recent history of the Ravens, showing that trust, preparation, and courage can turn a rookie into a key piece of a franchise that always aims high. Tyler Loop finally has his shot as a Ravens starting kicker, and John Harbaugh's decision shows the team is betting on talent, confidence, and courage. Replacing Justin Tucker will never be easy, but Loop now has full backing from the coach and the roster, along with the chance to write his own chapter in franchise history. Now it's all about watching every game, every kick, and every decision on the field to see if he can turn that trust into consistent results. The Ravens' 2025 season could hinge on the smallest details, and Loop will be at the center of it all. And now we want to hear from you. Do you think Tyler Loop can hold his job and become a reliable kicker for the Ravens, or do you miss the security Justin Tucker brought? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned. You won't want to miss a moment of what's coming, because this season is set to be full of excitement from start to finish.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.